Aliens Colonial Marines is a game that I gratefully got to play before any of the reviews really came out. I played it on opening day, I didn't look up any videos about it, and all I really knew about was like things I had read in my Electronic Gaming Monthly or my Game Informer, which I have over there, which I'm too lazy to get up and get. But you know, there was a good article in here about it, and there was all this buzz about it, and people were excited about it. You know, even though it was in development for so long, Gearbox had a hold of this game, but it was outsourced to TimeGate as well to do work on it. And according to this guy that recently came out saying, hey, you know what, I actually work for the people who made this game, and let me just tell you a few things. He basically said that Gearbox didn't really have much control over this game, and the majority of the time they were making this game, they were actually working on Borderlands 2, and a lot of other people had control over this game, which kind of explains a lot of the problems behind this game. Yes, this game sucks. This is going to be my first negative game review. I played this game for the PS3, and right off the bat, one of the first things I noticed was just how bad the graphics were. Now, I play retro games. I still play NES games all the time. I'm a retro gamer, as you can see. That doesn't mean that when I play a PS3 game, I don't expect it to have PS3 level graphics. I would like it to have graphics better than PS2, because to be honest, putting this game in there, you're like, wow, that's some pretty good PlayStation 2 graphics. Or dang, this Nintendo GameCube game looks really good on the PS3. Essentially what this game is, it's like an unofficial sequel to Aliens. Unfortunately, some people are treating this as like a canon entry into the series, which shouldn't happen, trust me. Basically, you control this Marine who goes to LV-426, and he's investigating the wreckage of what happened there. You see Bishop cut in half on the floor, you get a lot of fan service like that. The gun has the same sound effects, the aliens make the same sound effects. One of the cool and best features of this game is you get that sonar beeper detector that tells you when an alien or another form is near you, and it beeps, and it gets higher pitched and more fast as something comes closer to you. It actually builds suspense, and it's pretty much the only suspenseful tension building element of the game. Something kind of annoyed me about this game that is just really a thing for me that most people may not be annoyed with. It bothers me when I can't invert the controls. I like to invert my controls because I grew up when first-person shooters were pretty much all inverted on the Nintendo 64. It's not hard for a developer to allow you to invert your controls. This game allows you to invert your vertical axis, but not your horizontal axis. Why? Why in the world would you want to invert just that, but not left and right? It doesn't make sense to me. That's just a little nitpick that I have that may not affect you. If you prefer your controls to be normal, I like them inverted. It's not hard for a game developer to allow you to do that. One of the worst aspects of this game is definitely the controls. For one, you have to hold down L3 to sprint, the left analog stick. You have to click it in if you want to sprint. Do you have any idea how hard that actually is to do in the middle of shooting a whole bunch of aliens? And it's not even good for your controller. You like press it in all hard, then you click upwards really fast, and then finally you can sprint. It feels like you're about to rip that left analog stick right out of the controller. It's so uncomfortable. They should have just had you hold down L2 to sprint or something like that. If there's ammo on the ground or health or something, to pick it up you have to press square. Simple enough, right? Wrong. You actually have to look down at the ground at the ammo or whatever it is. You have to have it on screen while looking at it, and then you can press square and pick it up. You can't just press square near it. You actually have to turn your character and center it directly in the screen to pick up whatever it is you're trying to pick up. Isn't that horrible? Didn't someone come out and go, you know what, that's probably not a good idea to have it like that? Your gun has seemingly endless ammo. Like, you never actually feel any tension like, oh, I might run out of ammo. It's like you just have these endless rounds of ammunition. And the shotgun is so simple to kill these xenomorphs. It's almost always one shot kill. It's really sad. Speaking of the xenomorphs, no tension there whatsoever. They are a mindless army drone of nothingness. The only scary thing about this game is the fact that they can jump up in front of you with literally no sound effects whatsoever, because they just don't have any sound effects inserted for them walking on the ground. It's just like they're these hovering things and all of a sudden they're there. And that's the only scary element of this game, is that the control, the sound effects, and the gameplay elements are so poorly done that you could just die as you're walking, and because it's behind you all of a sudden. Oh, I didn't hear that thing coming. You can actually turn and see it literally crawling up a wall or coming up towards you, and there is literally no sound effects for its reactions with the environment at all. Another huge issue of this game is your reactions with your partner. If you're playing single player like I did, you have a guy who's running with you. This guy is an idiot. He says the dumbest things in the world. We walk into a room where there's a few dead bodies, and they have these things like that exploded out of their chests. There's all this alien blood everywhere, and what does he say? Something's not right. You think, buddy? I can't even tell you how many times he said, watch out, look up at the ceiling! And I would look up and there'd be nothing there and I would die because the alien was actually already right in front of me. The moments in this game in which dialogue are supposed to happen to get you to follow through with an element of gameplay are completely mixed up. There are times when he goes to cut a door. Oh my god. This was one of the funniest things in the whole game, okay? You have a door cutter, but yeah, you never actually get to control it or use it in any way. You basically just walk up to a door and press a button and you watch your guy go like this. Wouldn't it be cool if you could actually cut open a door yourself? Anyway, the guy, your partner, is trying to cut open this door. Now the door is right here in front of him, and I'm looking at him and he's literally going like this. And the door that it's right here just goes and falls down. I was like, yeah, you got it there, buddy. Your aim is fantastic. This game malfunctions and glitches so many times, it is absolutely laughable. It really is. If you're killed in this game, which by the way is really easy because as I said, you never hear an alien approaching you. It just, oh, there it is, and then you're suddenly stuck in this extremely close-up battle in which these little black tails and arms are suddenly just kind of flashing around you, and maybe every once in a while if you back up you'll actually see one of them and you'll be able to kill it with your incredibly amazing, basically gold PP7 from GoldenEye shotgun, which is in one shot. Kill them there, you did it. Let's just say one of these things does kill you. You are greeted with the weirdest gray frozen image death screen and you're like, what does this even mean? Like the game just freezes for like 10 seconds with this gray image and then an alien's just like standing there over you like okay, where'd he go? What? Oh, there he is. Okay. I swear this isn't because I suck. What the hell is this? Now there was one last bit of this game that I had hoped for. That was the multiplayer, because you can actually play as a xenomorph. Now that sounds interesting, that sounds fun. Alright, so I went online, I played some multiplayer for a while as the xenomorph. First off, you are automatically nerfed in so many ways, because all of the people you are fighting, which are the Marines, have projectile weapons. They can shoot at you with grenades and shotguns and machine guns. You cannot do anything unless you are directly in front of them and you can swipe at them, which means that all of these guys that are huddled into an army, all they gotta do is all shoot at you as you approach them. It's not fun to play as a xenomorph because you're completely nerfed in every way. Your powers are weaker than them in every possible way. The only way you have any chance of beating one of these guys is if somehow one of them actually strays from the pack, which never happened, by the way, and somehow you can stealth them without them noticing that there's this giant alien just coming right up to them. But of course that actually might happen since you don't have any sound effects as you move. So it's not fun to play as a xenomorph. The multiplayer sucks. There's so many glitches in this game where random freeze frame images from other items that you maybe could be holding but aren't holding actually just insert into the game for like a split second. It's absurd, actually, how unfinished this game is. And according to this guy who came out on Reddit saying that I was a developer for this game and this is what happened, apparently the game was like outsourced by Gearbox to Timegate Studios because they were putting so much effort into Borderlands 2. The game kept being revamped over the course of the years and completely changed. So like the great demos that people played last year, there's like not even a little part of it still in this game. I can understand why that may have happened. You know, it would have been nice to finally have a good Aliens game because there aren't too many of them out there. This is definitely not the one. Aliens Colonial Marines, you my friend, get a 4 out of 10. One of the only things this game has going for it is it actually does have the voice of Corporal Hicks, which is pretty cool. It has a few nostalgic elements for fans by reusing some of the same sound effects and weaponry that you actually did see in the original Aliens movie, but with an extremely short campaign, terrible control, gameplay elements, and a really awful and unfun multiplayer. This game just sucks. Gratefully though, I rented this thing. Didn't have to pay $60 for it, and I can't imagine how any of you who did feel. Alright guys, so my next new game review is going to be for Metal Gear Rising. That comes out tomorrow. I'll try to beat it as soon as I can so I can tell you guys what I think about it. I'm a huge Metal Gear fan. As always guys, thanks for watching, and if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.